and thank you for watching and listening to the North Carolina Food and Beverage Podcast. I am your host, Max Trujillo, and to my right is guest host 2 out of the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Mr. Kyle Sutton, hello.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on in. Yeah, man, good to have you back on. Thank you for coming in. It's always fun to have you here. You're so knowledgeable about food, and the reason you're here too is you connected the dots via a group text with old friends of the show that have been here before.
Welcome back.
Yeah,
We're excited to be back.
We are excited to be back.
Yeah, if you're a crazy obsessive listener, then you already know who they are because those voices are familiar. That would be really weird if they actually did remember. But Jonathan, you got a striking voice. I think maybe I could see a country music career in the future.
That'd be a tough one, but I could try it. I'm not opposed to trying anything, man.
Yeah.
Anything once, right?
Yeah.
Well, we're talking, just to be straightforward, we're talking about the newly opened Prime Brothers Butcher Shop in Garner. But last time we spoke, you guys were working out in Fuquay?
Andrew,
that's right, at a butcher shop then. Yep. But with us is Jonathan Arlauskas.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and your brother-in-law?
My brother-in-law, yeah.
Billy Schrader.
Didn't have the same ring or didn't look as good on the sign. You know, they charge by letter, so. Prime brother-in-law was a little too much. So.
Yeah. Welcome back. So it's cool. You guys... Well, you tell me. You changed, and now you've opened up a whole new place, and you're in Garner.
Yeah, so we just, it's time for us to kind of...
Well, let's start with the most exciting thing. What happened? What changed?
Well, we opened up about 5 weeks ago.
What did you do, personally?
Oh, I retired from the Army. So,
okay.
February. Timing worked out, so February.
For your service.
Thank you for your service.
Very much.
Yeah, February I retired, 20 years Army, and then... John and I looked at each other and we're like, "Hey, let's do our own thing in our own backyard." So we put together a nice business plan, and when I say we, I mean John headed that thing up pretty strong. But we put together a business plan and decided to get the ball rolling. And we'd always said, "Hey, 4042 is like our dream location," and we lucked out. We got a spot that opened up that they hadn't opened up in 15 years, and timing worked out.
That's super cool.
It's been super cool. I mean, we started it from the ground up, literally, and it was a dream of ours. I mean, we had been working at a different shop. We had a lot of really awesome customer base that knew our faces, that came in every day asking for us.
Like this guy over here?
Yeah, for sure.
That's how we're here today. That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And made a lot of really good connections, which was awesome. And we found out really early, many years back, how simple it is in the business world and in this local community, especially, this Raleigh area, it's so small that you can make some really awesome connections really quickly by just being personable, polite, and especially if you have a good product. Yes. So you combine all 3 of those, and it's a home run. You're going to make awesome connections. Case in point, how we're sitting here. And you're going to make some awesome friends along the way. He retired from the military. We were working at a different shop. And at that point, we decided, hey, let's do this for ourselves. We're driving a half an hour right now to get to work. Yeah. And where we're driving from is the area that needs a butcher shop. So why don't we just team up together and do a fully family-owned, operated, full shebang ourselves?
Yeah.
That's exactly how we want to do it.
I remember you both were on the show in November of 2023, so roughly 2 years ago. And I still remember something specific that you said, Jonathan, you're like, we don't need to be everything to everybody. We're not trying to be like a grocery store deli or so. You're like, we're a butcher shop that's high craft. And really, we just need like a good amount of regulars to kind of keep the business afloat and go from there. And having people that have that crazy passion for food is really like what you need. Does that mentality still make sense to you?
100%. Like I said, it's really simple. It's those 3 things. You have a really good quality product, and we tell people every day, and it's not like a sales pitch. People come in and it's, if we wouldn't take it home that day for dinner, we're not going to sell it to somebody. And for 2 reasons. First off, it's just immoral, and these people are our neighbors. And second off, I don't want to deal with the phone call tomorrow.
Yeah, for real.
I don't like awkward conversations, and I really don't want to deal with it. So we're going to put out the absolute best product, and that's what the market wants. Mm-hmm. They don't... that's why these giant chain stores and everything else are able to do what they do, but nobody has... And especially Raleigh is a really, in my eyes, untapped market when it comes to specialty grocery stores. we don't have that many compared to other major cities. I
Yeah.
mean, other major cities, they're on every single block. I mean, where I come from, New Jersey, New York, you could throw a stone. I mean, there'd be 3 butcher shops that would pass. I mean, they were on every single corner in New York, and they would compete with each other, and it was such a tight market. And then I came down here, and you pass cows, and you see agriculture everywhere.
Yeah.
And there's a Carly C's and a Walmart, but there's no mom and pop butcher shops.
True.
And it amazed me.
There's a very little mom and pop of anything in today's market, you know?
True.
Yeah. Real quick, before we get into the depth of what we're doing here, I'm just going to take a quick little break to talk about, for one, previous guest of the show, the folks from Tail Chaser Sangria, which is like a THC-infused seltzer, sangria wine-based drink, and Nature's Relief, which is also their shop where you can buy a bunch of different products that are all in that realm. They invited me to go, and I said, this sounds fun. And I told them I would promote it on the podcast. It's called Munch Fest, and it is, everyone's pointing their fingers. Oh, you're going to like that. Oh, you're going to like that. Well, it's a lifted luncheon presented by Nature's Relief. It's coming October 25th. It's a Saturday, and it's in the daytime, 1 to 4, because, you know, if you're going to do that type of stuff, it's hard to get motivated to leave the house at 7 o'clock to go to get a dinner. So Munchfest is serving a 3-course infused dining experience featuring previous guest of the show, Chef Kevin Ruiz of Cuya Cocina Latin, with elevated catering 420. There are infused hemp mocktails from Tail Chaser and Hippie Sips. There are a couple of other chefs, and I've been the one helping to get all these chefs on there. I know who they are, but they're not confirmed yet, but I think they'll be there. So these are notable people that have been on this podcast before, and they would be delighted to do a little infusion. So it's going to be a very high dinner or luncheon.
Why isn't Prime Brothers serving the proteins?
Yeah, for real.
Maybe we can connect the
We
dots.
can do that, yeah. Deal done.
Okay.
We got tickets.
Well, because we could definitely swap some tickets for some sausage. You know,
Let's do
like
it.
you guys make like 20 different types of sausage. I think we could infuse some of those and maybe have some fun. So get your tickets. If you go to our social media, the link is in our bio. But you can also go to you can just go to Nature's Relief, and Relief is spelled RELEAF, like a leaf. Haha, get it? So there's that. But yeah, it'll be fun. The times they are changing, everybody, and that's kind of a fun way to now not just drink but eat and include all those things. And that takes me to the next part. The last episode that came out, which was 2 weeks ago, with Mr. Tyler Hellickson, my good buddy, we were talking about health, and we talked about our great lock-in. And the lock-in that we're talking about is just it's a group of guys. There's probably roughly 30 of us, ranging from probably early 20s to the old guy, my buddy, who's like 63 but could kick any of your asses, fellow military, and he just blew our minds and scared the shit out of us about talking about what's going on in the world right now, because he seems to know way more about it than anyone else. But we've been clean. We've been eating healthy. One of the things Tyler mentioned was like, a part of you has to die so the new part of you can like live, right? To like be born. And so I haven't completely gone like, you know, like Tyler's like refraining from alcohol, refraining from naughty pictures online. He's refraining from a lot of things. I killed soda pop Max. I killed beer Max. I killed junk food, fast food Max. And I've created walk all the time Max and workout all the time Max. So that's been pretty cool. If I drink, I'll drink like straight tequila or straight bourbon. Maybe if somebody like infused it with some beef tallow or so. But
I might know a guy.
you might.
I know a guy too.
Yeah.
This is why we love you.
We'll see.
So for those watching on YouTube, you can't totally, I don't look very different, but I did lose I think I've lost like 10 to 12 pounds in like 3 weeks. So
That's awesome.
That's
Dedication.
yeah. And
Do you feel different?
yeah, I feel great. I feel energetic. I typically like through most of the time, and I don't know if you guys do this, but like I love taking a nap, and I usually love my midday nap. Like after work, I'll go home, sit on the couch, 20 minutes, and then I'm back up, and then I'm good to go. I don't do that anymore. And I think it's just because I'm in better shape, and I'm just like, no, I'm fine. And I just kind of been pushing through. it is kind of how I was raised. The kind of Latino culture is like little siestas, not a bad thing, you know.
Oh yeah.
But that's my excuse for just being a lazy asshole in the middle of the afternoon.
Yeah, it works.
But no, it's been fine. The other day, I mean, I've been walking like crazy around the lakes, and we just did a hike on the weekend, and then. Dumbass myself, and you guys will know just because you're in the area. If you're like in downtown Raleigh, you know that Glenwood South is kind of like party central. It's like kind of college bar-y, you know, and it's like it's wild. I went out there on Saturday night. We went to see a cover band over at Bowstring. It was like Fleetwood Mac cover band. They were really good. And then afterwards, we all decided to head downtown into Glenwood South, and we Ubered there, you know, and we drank there. And at some point, trying to get an Uber at the end of the night on Glenwood South is a fool's errand, you know, like you'll be there for hours. So I always know, just walk a few blocks away and then get your Uber there, you know? And so I started doing that. And then I was like, I'm enjoying this walk. And I just kept walking. And a friend of mine called me. We were just bullshitting. So I was on the phone just talking with my, you know, hands free. And I was like, keep walking. I walked home, which was 7 miles away.
Perfect.
And I did this at like 1 a.m. And then the next morning, yesterday, Sunday, whatever, I did a 4-mile hike up at Umstead Park with friends. So
What a legitimate Forrest Gump.
I did.
Started walking.
I was
Kept
running.
walking.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's just I said I wasn't going to be friggin' Mark Maron and talk for like 20 minutes just about me right before the show starts, but I just did. My apologies, everybody. But I like the idea of the clean living, the clean, healthy, you know, lifestyle. I mean, yeah, I'm still having some booze, and I still eat decadent. I don't eat decadently. I eat well. I went to Malapata on Friday with some friend, and we had good things like guacamole and freshly handmade blue corn tortillas with, you know, slow roasted pork. I would say that's not horrible. And then fish, that was great. And mezcal, of course. And a few other things, but everything was like pretty healthy. If you haven't been to Malapata, go. It's at the Gateway Center, kind of next to Fiction Kitchen and Union Special, and like there's some cool stuff out there, Natural Science Bar. So that's a good place to go. And like you could still kind of indulge, but like be smart, you know, and maybe just don't pick the fettuccine Alfredo, do the Caesar chicken with the dressing on the side, you know, things like that. But anyhow, so with that said, we were talking about it before we even got on the show, how you guys were like kind of into that, and like Prime Brothers is making, you know, I mean, you're selling protein, you're selling things that are for good kicks. Maybe get into that and talk to us about what that means.
Well, I mean, everybody knows, I mean, a steak is a steak in some aspects, a chicken breast is a chicken breast in some aspects.
Sure.
I mean, sure, there's all different qualities, different grades of all these things. But when you come to some, you know, especially, let's say, processed products, sausage, some of this other stuff that we homemade at the butcher shop. I mean, we have, Kyle's seen over 20 types of sausage we home make there. We do 300-400 pounds every single morning. It's these kind of things where, and there's a common, I think, misconception in this country with what's healthy and what's unhealthy. People think fat is unhealthy. Fat's not unhealthy in my eyes. What's unhealthy is a Mountain Dew. That's unhealthy.
Correct.
It's the chemicals, it's the additives, and it's high fructose corn syrup and sugar.
Yeah.
That is what is unhealthy at the end of the day.
Right.
What we do is very simple, and it's kind of like keep it simple, stupid. You know what I mean? It's like if you literally do what people have been doing for thousands of years. They've been making sausage for thousands of years, grinding up fresh, lean cuts of pork, you know, adding in...
Not so lean.
Well, making it a certain ratio with fat, you know.
Add some fat to make the
and
math
then
work.
seasoning it with whatever seasoning they're using.
Sure.
And they would, you know, put it in a natural casing, and that's what you do. Now, when you go into a plant that's now got to afterwards cryovac that product, ship that product, it's got to have a 2-week minimum shelf life. Now they have to start adding to it, and now they have to start playing around with the process. Now they have to call their food scientists. Everything has to get, you know, and now you end up with an ingredient label that has 30 things in there that you can't pronounce. And that, in my eyes, is what's wrong with, honestly, with the country right now is the food supply is kind of scary when you literally look at every single nutritional fact label that you pick up.
Well,
the ingredient list terrifies you.
It is terrifying, and me and Kyle were actually talking about this not too long ago. With seasonings, you know, people are getting a little bit more creative now, trying to get away from some of the chemicals to keep these things from just anti-caking, and it's just all about shelf life and projecting, trying to keep that, I guess, essentially money in your pocket and not lose product. But Kyle's done a fantastic job on seasonings without any additives.
Yeah.
Super clean. I just opened up that bottle of the talc dust, which is, oh my God. And it's super fragrant still.
Explain what's going on here.
So salt dust, which is Kyle had brought us a sample. And me and him bounce back all the time about different
Salt
flavors.
dust?
Yes, it is talc dust. Sorry.
Talc dust.
Dust, which is a seasoning, but it's salt, pepper, garlic seasoning. Great for barbecue, any kind of protein, really. But the problem is everybody wants to throw all these additives in there to keep it from clumping up, or people throwing away the product, trying to extend that shelf life when it's really not that hard to do. And Kyle's nailed that down.
So I did a corporate event last year for my 9 to 5 where I took like my all-purpose rub and got it just like mass produced by a co-packer. And then the event was, we travel the country, like take over breweries, bring in like barbecue personalities. And then I like themed the swag around the event. So I still have a year later like pallets of like all-purpose rub.
Oh shit!
And I'm just like, I'll bring you a box next time I see you. I'll
please.
Because it's a thing.
Oh,
but
it's awesome.
to that point, like it's additive free. Right. To John's point, like there's this misconception on, like all processed food is bad. And if I'm in a grocery store, like, I think you're right to be leery of a thing on a shelf. But if you look at these old school cookbooks, you look at recipes for a sausage, it's a handful of ingredients, right? It's pork shoulder, it's seasoning, it's maybe some extra fat. Yeah. Right. You get into like grinding burger, right? You can take an uncut packer brisket, and it is by default about like an 80-20 ratio.
Right.
Right? Like no additives required.
Yeah.
Like just put that through. So it's no less healthy because you ground it, but like when you hop it up on nitrates and like flavor additives and like these preservatives to give it this infinite shelf life. We're talking about some chemical
bloom, super bloom.
Yeah,
bloom?
This is crazy. Like unpack the chemical thing you guys referenced.
So I mean, I've been in the meat game for a long time. I mean, when I was 15 years old, I got a job cleaning a bandsaw at night after high school, and I never left the meat department. And since then, I mean, I've worked with a couple of these meat companies that just distribute supplies, obviously. And one of the biggest in the country that I've dealt with throughout that entire time, I just got a catalog for some of basically their meat processing stuff, and in there was like a 30 item list of stuff that I've never heard of, and it's just either in 5, 10, 20, 30, 60 gallon buckets of powdered substances that are pure chemicals that are common additives when you get to a certain level of industrial meat processing.
Yeah.
So basically saying once you hit a certain level of how much you're producing, now all of a sudden this chemical came across your radar. Why? Because same thing back in the seasoning game, all of a sudden after producing 10, 15 pallets, they started getting calls that, hey, after a year, it's caking up a little bit. What do we do to increase profit? There's these 2 things that the food scientists said we could use. Mm-hmm. They're safe for human consumption, so it's fine. You can throw them in there. Why does it belong in a seasoning blend? It absolutely doesn't. It doesn't add the taste. It shouldn't be in there, but it keeps it from caking, and it's safe to use. Mm-hmm. So we'll put it in there.
Yeah.
That's the issue. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I mean,
anytime like even like a contract, if it's more than a few pages long, that there's something negative in there that's going to get you. Oh, yeah. It's like anytime there's too much being said or too much being done, there's something wrong.
Exactly.
It's like literally like the pork belly spending of a bill. It's like this bill's to. Being like semi-political, but it's like this bill is to help PTSD veterans, get through. And it's like, who's going to vote against that? It's like, but also there's also a sub part of it that's going to give like everybody that makes $1 billion a break on on their taxes this year. It's like, wait, what? What did we just say?
It makes sense for some reason, right? Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's like that had nothing to do.
Got to gain off of it.
Yeah,
full of shade over the eyes.
Yeah,
and that's it's sad because that's not who we are morally.
And so it shocked us. And I mean, we're playing
really,
with meat all day long. I mean, that's what we do, and it's not on a small little. I mean, you've seen it. It's a pretty. I mean, we don't own a meat packing plant in this state, so it's not massive. But at the end of the day, we're producing a ton of sausage out of that building right now.
Now, to that point, though, like if you were running a meat packing plant and you were making 4,000 times the quantity of what you're making, which is probably what a lot of these companies are doing, you got to put some stabilizers in there, right? Like if you're actually going to try to sell this stuff and have it last to an extent, right?
See, that's where it starts getting. That's exactly where everything now. These things have their place. That's why they exist,
right?
But there's also that's the difference in the market that we hit.
Right.
So the people who care about that and the people who are very, let's say, don't want that in there, so they don't want a product that was made in Springfield, Missouri, and then shipped over here, and then shipped over here, and then sat in a warehouse, and then came to their grocery store.
Yeah.
Those people can walk in and see us grinding meat and can, and we've found a market for that. And it's not, it's growing is the interesting part. People are really becoming, as they become, like you were talking about, more health conscious, clean eating, they can tell the difference. Like you're feeling better from not drinking soda.
Yeah.
You'll feel better. You really do.
Totally. Just drinking more water, right? Like more water in the diet, just like it's crazy how that helps so much.
Oh, water's huge.
It's funny though, like I was, talking about like on the political side when the old POTUS was like putting in these tariffs, I was talking to somebody about a beef purveyor, and I said, well, they're a local, they're an American beef purveyor, so we shouldn't have to worry about tariffs. Like the prices aren't going to go up on that beef. And they're like, yeah, except for the ranches are here, but the processing facilities are in Canada, so it has to like cross border and then come back in. So it's technically like an imported product, even though it was raised in the United States. And so all that is to be said, that part of the Canadian tariff thing was not put in. So it from the outside looking at it, it looked like it was worse. And then they ended up not doing that because like there was like a loophole, like because it's like an American product. Yep. But just with that said, like there's a lot of these things that happen where you don't realize, you're like, oh yeah, like that's New Zealand lamb. And then, but it also had to go through like China to get here and was packed there. And then now we're paying Chinese tariffs for a New Zealand product. And you're like, what?
I told him, we've ordered a box of cucumbers we'll order in occasionally. And that box of cucumbers has traveled farther in its life than I have.
Right.
For real.
It's been on a longer plane ride than I have. It's seen some shit.
Well, you guys have been impacted a bit as well, though, right? Because I think at one time you were carrying was it Sir Harry?
Yes.
Australian Wagyu?
Yes.
Phenomenal stuff.
Yeah.
One of my favorite steaks ever. So, these guys also carry was it Kokushima A5, Japanese Wagyu?
Yeah.
And we have something super, it literally happened this morning, and it was...
Yeah, we just got quite a bit of Wagyu Icon XP, which is the world champion the last 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
Grand champion the last 3 years running. And it's the Australian
Wagyu Championships.
Yeah.
They take it serious over there.
It's a crossbred, so it's a F1, so half Angus, half Wagyu cattle. And it just eats fantastic and goes back to the health kick.
Yeah.
Just the fat, the intermuscular fat in there has got more omega-3s and 6s than salmon. I think I talked about that a little bit last show. But the Wagyu is just so impressive to me. It's such a different animal, I guess. That's pretty cliche.
Different breed. It's a different breed. It's been, if you think about it, it's selective breeding like anything else. It's like having a crop of corn this year, and you're looking for seed next year. You're looking for the strongest seed possible. Different varieties. When it comes to Wagyu, is insanely marbled, but also comes insane richness. What they've done in Australia in this program, and especially this icon, is insane because it's that perfect in between balance.
No, but I get that. But I got to ask the obvious question though: what is that Wagyu? What's like a ribeye by the pound cost?
You're not going to find it.
I'm going to say
you're not finding it cheaper than where we're
maybe 20% more than prime.
Okay,
I'm talking if a prime steak is $20 to $30 a pound right now, which is climbing up with.
Yeah, it is kind of that now. Yeah,
you're talking in the 40s to maybe 50 max.
Okay,
which is incredible.
We don't charge.
Is
over
to the 100.
Right now we're at $49.99 a pound for fillet.
Yeah.
Australian Wagyu fillet $44.99 for ribeye.
So you're talking in the 40s a pound.
Yeah.
And let's put this in perspective, folks. If you go to Capital Grill or Ruth's Chris,
$70 an ounce.
Yeah,
60 to 70 an ounce retail in a steakhouse.
Yeah.
Even compared to other, if you were to go online and buy that, you're going to pay double that price point before shipping.
Yeah.
Right.
We were just talking about it. That's our next venture is to start talking to some of these restaurants in Raleigh, because at this point, right now, we're carrying some of the best stuff probably on the East Coast as far as Australian Wagyu is concerned right now, and it's fresh. I mean, it's not frozen.
Yeah, we don't
This stuff is fresh packed from Australia.
Yeah.
It's insane. Never been frozen.
And if you care that much about your product, like, I mean, I was just having this conversation with somebody about going to like steakhouses, and I'm like, I get that a lot of people I know like steakhouses, but no offense to a lover of a steakhouse, but most of my friends that love steakhouses are the same people that don't know how to cook.
Yes.
And they like to eat, and they like to dine, but like, I know how to cook, you know how to cook, you guys know how to cook. So it's like, if I wanted to have a badass steak, I'm going to buy it and I'm going to cook it at my house and enjoy it.
And save half the money.
Yeah.
Yep, and be happier.
For real.
Well, that's
not spend $40 for a
like you can do yourself. Honestly, is what I've discovered.
For sure,
personally.
it's a blessing.
I don't like to let somebody else cook my steak anymore.
I was talking, by the way, for the
Except for Billy.
for those watching, this is a visual thing, but you guys know this whole thing, right?
Oh yeah.
To those that are only listening, I'm holding up my hand, and you touch your. This is Aaron Vaughn, who's the single-handed chef. I've done podcasts with him. I love him to death. He was teaching us that you put your pinky to your thumb and you squeeze your thumb meat on here, and however that feels, that's well done. And then you change it to your ring finger.
Why do you need that though?
That's medium well.
You don't want those people in your house. They're not your friends.
What's that?
If you have
People doing this?
No, if you have a friend that eats a well done steak, you don't have a friend at all.
Oh, sure.
Take that enemy from your home. You politely
Sure, no doubt.
ask them to leave.
But I like the idea of
You
cooking
can try
with
and bring
feel.
them around once, Kyle.
I mean, eat your steak how you like.
You know
it.
what? That's the glory of the Wagyu steak, though, is you can literally overcook it, and it's still fantastic.
Still great.
I mean, that stuff.
It won't be the best, but
Oh my God! But can you imagine if you had a fantastic Wagyu steak like they're talking, and then you just cooked it well done?
I've seen it happen. I've been out at phenomenal steakhouses and watched somebody get like the Wagyu filet, and they're dropping a few hundo, and they get it butterflied, well done.
yeah.
You're like,
Just have the burger, Steve.
I know
What are we
happens.
doing?
Like,
Just
people
have
tell
the
me all the time they'll buy prime meat and say, "Oh, well, we want it well done. So how do I cook it?" And I mean, well, I'll tell them. Start a fire in the backyard with some newspaper and throw it in there.
But
After an hour, dig it out of the ashes. Are good.
like what I like about your model, man, is that I think in a lot of ways we've come in a good way full circle with how we approach food, right? I find that high quality ingredients, right, they really don't need much, right? And so when I look at like old school cookbooks from folks like Edna Lewis, right, legend of Southern cooking, or even the West Coast, like Alice Waters.
hey, The Joy of Cooking by Julia Child. The first edition is like 53, I think.
Right.
And my ex, she stole it from her grandmother's house when no one was looking, which and the recipes are amazing, and I think to your point, super
Very
basic.
simple, because the ingredients speak for themselves.
Yeah.
Right. But that assumes you're in a location in an era where you have access to those ingredients. Right.
Yep.
So like all of the Edna Lewis writing, she talks about like we're going to cook this very simply to like taste the thing. Mm-hmm. But if the thing I'm buying is garbage, I really don't want to like taste the thing.
Yeah.
Man, what Prime Brothers is doing well, I think, is like just even common ingredients are incredibly high quality. You go in to grab wings, and they're Joyce Farms, who you've had on the show.
Right.
Right. Like, why are these wings incredible? Well, because they're from one of the best poultry farms in the state.
And they're being raised on what is it, biodivergent sort of, am I saying that right? Like land, and also like what the chickens in this, like, because like we were talking about the chicken, they're moving them around, they're letting them have bugs, but also grains and like different things in their diet changes, which makes them regenerative.
Yep.
There we go. Yeah. Regenerative farming. And it's like that way you're not just pummeling the soil with one thing to raise one thing and basically just ruining the dirt. Like, you're taking all the nutrients. Yeah.
Yep.
To
Which is why, honestly, why we've really partnered with Certified Angus Beef, is because they're very big about it's private farm ranchers that are going to be rotating through their fields, and they do a fantastic job. One of the biggest ranches that does a grass-fed, grass-finished program with Certified Angus is Nyman Ranch, and they are big on rotating through their fields and making sure that everything's regenerative. And I mean, they're growing crops on fields and then just basically a full circle of life over there. But you're letting the cattle go and breed, feed through some of these fields, and then you're turning around and then you're tilling that and planting corn. So it's super cool program.
Yeah.
But it's all about maintaining your land to create the best product possible. So
yeah, it's cool. It's almost like a little. We were in Tennessee. I was doing that project with Candace about something else about food, and it was like we were following Sean Brock's move from Charleston to Tennessee and how he was finding all new farmers and new like sources, like how does a great chef like him move to a new town and then figure out how to be great here, and that was kind of like the essence of the show. It was like 6 episodes. And when we were doing it, we were at a cattle farm and they're like, just look at our place like in a circle, and it's broken up into like a grid. And so the like the northwest corner is where they all are right now. And then we're planting vegetables down in the northwest. And then, and then now they'll go to the south and it's always a different thing. And they just rotate them like clockwork throughout the year. And everything is always changing, evolving. And then their diet kind of changes with the season and the time of year. Yep. But it was like so precise that I like, you don't realize how much like ingenuity is going into these farmers and these ranchers, like, just to get you the product that's like, so carefully well produced. But it's a whole, it's a different level.
Their expertise and their, again, passionate about it.
Yeah,
so
Bear Creek, I don't know if you remember those guys, but Bear Creek Farms, yeah.
And everything is, again, they're working to put their passion into it to put out a better product, just like how I was just saying, every little thing that we kind of try and put out, and not as an advertisement, literally, I mean, it's what we kind of live on, is putting out something that someone's going to go, wow, that's really damn good. Not just, I bought rosemary. I bought fresh rosemary that's extremely damn pungent. Like, you open it up and it's like, bang. Where, I mean, you go to, right now, I can go buy a $3.99 pack of rosemary in an 8-ounce container, and I'll chop it up and not smell anything. Like, literally.
Yeah.
So as stupid as that sounds, fresh herbs are actually like one of the more important things.
For sure.
Semi-fresh.
For sure.
Well, and you guys, let's talk about your shop a little bit. Like, let's get inside the shop, because I did just looking through your website and all. It looks like, should we get into these two? Yeah. But it seems like something that you're priding yourselves on are all the sausage making that you're doing there, right? Like, you're making a lot of sausage in-house?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's something me and Billy have always had a lot of fun with, is making sausage. And then for opening week, we were actually scrambling to get the place open, obviously, getting past inspections, everything as it goes. And we ended up, saying, hey, the whole top shelf, we're going to do a sausage. And so we did it up, and the community loved it. So they came in, that's what they were wanting, was all this homemade sausage. So we ended up doing about 3 times the volume we thought we were going to do on sausage.
Oh, jeez.
But we've been, like I said, making about 3.
That first week was the most sausage we've ever made together, for sure. I think we cleared over 1,500 pounds or 2,000 pounds
Almost
of
2,000
sausage.
pounds.
Granted, it was Labor Day weekend, party weekend.
Yeah.
But it was our first week, and it was fun.
What kind of casing do you use?
So, a natural hog casing for majority of our sausage. We do have some pinwheel sausage,
which natural sheep's casing.
Yeah. Okay. And then we're on the hunt right now for a good quality collagen casing. We've tried a few that have just kind of not lived up to our standards, but we're figuring it out.
Every food rep right now is like, I think I got one in my book.
I would love to
knocking on your door.
Come on down.
I love natural casings, so that's what we really love to do. But there are a lot of people. I mean, we do 4 or 5 types of beef sausage.
Yeah.
So
chicken
people
sausage.
who may not eat pork at all and don't want their sausage now in a natural hog's casing.
Yeah, that would defeat the purpose.
Want it in a collagen casing.
Well, that was the whole purpose for us to go out and look for that collagen casing, is because we do want to offer everybody experience with the product we're putting out, because at the end of the day, it's what we're about, is best quality product, most reasonable price, and I don't think that anybody should be paying a ridiculous amount of money for a quality product that's super natural. Like, if I've got to drop the quality, then why even be there?
Yeah,
that's just our motto, and we
kind of hit that specialty on. It's kind of interesting too. We've almost kind of tapped, and I mean, we hit all aspects as kind of what I just call a gourmet butcher shop. That's what we are. A mom and pop, family owned butcher shop.
Which one's mom?
That's Billy. But
I'm sorry.
But at the end of the day, too, we've also kind of hit a couple different markets. So, I mean, obviously, we're in the South here. Smoking is huge. So, briskets and dinosaur ribs, those 3-bone plate ribs that people love. I mean, we're flying through those things. But we've also hit a market that I truly love, which is kind of like the Italian market, which is also untapped here, which is massive up north in that New Jersey, New York. Half the butcher shops up there are going to be Italian butcher shops. And it's working out great for us because there's not, the people up there, that cheese and parsley pinwheel sausage, the chevalot, that's hard to find. We fresh make it in 50-pound batches every single morning. And people are coming in and it's gone every single day.
Oh, really?
And all these crazy, thin-sliced American veal cutlets. Veal cutlets that were tough, honestly, for me to find up north. Down here, I thought we're going to be a tough sell. They're in the $20, $30 a pound range. And, we're pounding them super paper thin. And they're flying out of our case. Can't keep them in stock. Making veal saltimbocca here in Garner.
You got beef brajol as well?
Beef brajol, pork. We had pork brajol on sale last week. I couldn't keep it in stock.
Really?
Wow.
I'm sitting there stuffing, thin sliced pork cutlets constantly. So we're hitting kind of this gourmet Italian market kind of aspect, which is really cool because it's a lot of the fun when it comes to butchery. There's a lot of fun aspects when you go down the Italian route. Now there's a lot of fun things you can do. That's your salamis. That's all your smoke. A lot of cured meats are down the Italian aspect.
Yeah, they kind of mastered
as a butcher,
it.
Those are the Germans are fantastic with their sausage making. The Italians are fantastic with curing their meats. So it's kind of it's super cool. But it's a really interesting market that we've hit. Well, it's been very well received.
That's one of the things too, that passion behind it. It's so you could come from any area and be like, hey, I miss this from home, and you best believe we're going to try and figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
But we're not going to do it until we figure it out the right way.
Yeah.
But that's, to go off his point with the pinwheel sausage, cheese and parsley, I can't tell you how many customers have come in, and they're like, I can't find this anywhere. I've been down here for 20, 25 years, and I've never seen it. I'm ordering it from the Bronx, Long Island or whatever. And so we've been fortunate, and the community's been tremendous to us, backing us up. But
our local community has come out for us like crazy. We've been blessed, man.
Wait, how long have you been open now?
5 weeks, 6 weeks.
Yeah. Okay. So you're brand new.
Yeah, we're fresh.
And obviously the word's out, at least locally, that you're selling out of things. So clearly there was a want for it in that neighborhood.
Well, here's what's crazy. We were talking about it the other day. We've posted on Facebook. We haven't spent money. We haven't been out there pushing advertisements.
Yeah, because we're too busy making sausage.
So, but other than that, we haven't spent $1 on Google. We haven't gone out and placed ads with anybody. We haven't sent coupons to people's homes. But, we're averaging 300-400 transactions every weekend and selling out of 400, 500, 600 pounds of sausage.
It's amazing.
It's literally as simple as word of mouth. The fact that me and him are in there from open to close working that counter. So if you come in there, you're talking to one of the brothers. So if you come into Brown Brothers Butcher Shop and you're looking for a steak cut, you're going to look behind the counter, and somewhere back there, if they're not talking to you, is going to be me or him. So you can be assured you're going to get what you want. You know what I mean? And we're going to take care of you because we have, and like he's an insane passion. We care. We love it. It's fun.
Yeah.
We're excited to go to work tomorrow at 5 a.m.
By the way, this is a food and beverage podcast, and we're sipping on something right now. Kyle, take it away. What are we drinking right now?
Okay, so this is funny. Right before these guys moved to the new shop, I came in and got some of the Sir Harry Australian Wagyu ribeye. I took just a little piece of the edge fat, and I actually rendered it on my smoker over hickory, over oak. I think I got about 2 ounces of tallow. And so I infused it in this bottle of 1792 small batch here.
Yeah.
And so it is a smoked Wagyu tallow bourbon.
Yeah, this is...
Life is
It could do worse.
I love you.
You could do worse.
Yeah, there is a savory component to it. You get out of there because this. I've had this whiskey before, this bourbon before, and it's almost more like nutty oaky. Right. You get with a little with the sweetness to it. Right. But yeah, you cut that with the beef tallow
and the smoke, like
the smoke
almost reminds me of the peak of a Scotch, like an Ela or a side in there, and it's
but it's mild.
It's very mild. I like.
No,
it. I make it for the holidays.
This is impressive.
Last bottle. I'm glad you got to try it too. I made a bunch of it, and this is last one. So cheers on it.
Yeah, cheers.
Appreciate it.
Cheers,
Thank you guys.
So okay, so you're 5 weeks open. You're making crazy sausages. Since I haven't been there yet, which foolish of me, but now I'm going to go because I'll go there this weekend and check it out. But paint the picture for those that haven't been. Like, for one, what's your square footage? How big is this place?
So, relatively small. We're talking it's under 2,000 square feet.
Oh, yeah, that's small.
When you walk in, we have full open wall cases. So it's going to be similar to like what you see in a grocery store. Where you see those, those open air cases that you can just reach right in. They have multiple tiers. We call it a meat department. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's a big grocery store meat department, but at the end of the day, it's ours.
It's the only department.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's ours. And everything that you see that's out there that's wrapped in styrofoam tray or in plastic wrap, that's hand cut right in the back or ground that morning and wrapped right back there. It's small right now. It's me, him, his wife, my wife. That's who's behind the counter doing it all.
Yeah.
But everything's done there. So you have a beef, a pork, and a chicken section outside. So you're going to have everything from all your different choice cuts to certified Angus beef choice. You have strip steaks, ribeyes, all your roast, sirloin tip roast, bottom round roast, rump roast, chuck roast. Then you move into different cuts, chuck eye steaks, your flank steaks, skirt steaks, all your different beef
Flat
roasts.
iron.
If you don't have it,
Love that flat iron, man.
we're going to
Flat
get it
iron.
within a couple days, or we probably have it in the back if it's not on the shelf.
Except beef cheeks.
Except for beef cheeks.
If there's
We're getting asked for
purveyor that can
cheeks,
get
so-
me beef
Yeah,
cheeks
can you help us
fresh.
with that?
I have beef
Fresh.
cheeks. I think the item code number is
Fresh.
Is it in a
609275.
40-pound frozen box? That's my problem.
No, I actually have fresh beef cheek.
All right.
And yeah, I do because we sell it to La Taqueria, Katsuji Tanabe's restaurant up there in RTP. And by the way, you must go and get tacos there. He does, he's got sweetbreads. He's doing beef cheek. He's doing,
Super cool.
he'll do suadero, but suadero is like a different cut, but he's using brisket, but it's essentially the same. And then he has a chicken, but it's like a chicken pibil, and then he's doing pork, right? And then he also has sweet potato for those that want to do, vegetarian. I don't think it's considered vegan, but it's vegetarian because I do think there might be some butter used somewhere.
Gotcha.
Anyhow,
That is super cool, though.
yeah, and the menu is crazy because
We gotta
it's
check it
like.
out.
Which part?
Yeah, there's only like 4 things on the menu. I think actually right now they're doing shrimp tacos because they just want to, and I sent them a couple cases today, so you can get some shrimp tacos there too. But it's about as authentic as it's more like a Mexico City tacos, not like California, which my neck of the woods, which is totally great. You can get some like really authentic tacos in downtown LA. This is a little bit more like Mexico City, like, I don't know, there's just a different feel to it, and they're also massive. When you order, you get to pick 2 tacos. You can mix and match, but that's what you get. And then when they give you the platter, you're like, oh my God, and there's so much food on the plate. So please get out to La Taqueria.
Yeah,
He's in the old Leroy space, yeah?
Yeah, he took over. And since we're talking about that, Jake Wood, friend of the show, we love Jake. So Jake had Leroy's that was doing tacos. He closed that down, and Katsuji took over that space. And then Lawrence Barbecue, which is Jake Wood's baby, closed down permanently at RTP at Boxyard to then reopen. And he just did this last weekend, I think, or it was the weekend before.
Yeah, I think they may be 2 weeks in.
2 weeks in.
Downtown Cary.
Yeah.
Doing very well. I think Jake said like 1,300 covers on Saturday.
Nice.
Oh my God.
So it's going well.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Jake.
Yeah.
I've got to get over there. But yeah, so you're in, for those that don't know that area, you're like close to where Bond Brothers, Sidebar, Dom's, Felizi, Zest is amazing. There's so many graffiti bar. There's so much happening right there. Hank's Downtown Dive. And then I guess as we're giving shout outs and praise to people that are doing cool things, especially from that area, big shout out to Matthew Bettinger, who owns the aforementioned Hank's Downtown Dive and Sidebar. He made his valiant return to Raleigh by opening up Mr. Henry's, which I believe is the name of his dog, which is also why it's Hank's Downtown Dive, Henry Hank. but he opened up in the Village District, the previously named Cameron Village District, and it's a cool bar. At the bar or just in the Village?
No, the Village District.
Got it. Oh, I'm like, that'd be cool. But
for real.
He just opened. The place is beautiful. It's like, it almost kind of looks like
What was it called?
Mr. Henry's.
Is it right next to Good Nights?
Yes.
It's I did see it. It looked really cool. We didn't get a chance to pop in.
Kind of looks like your dad's like den, you know, like an old like smoking room or something, you know. But it's very classy, elevated. You will know. Well, Matthew Bettinger was the 4th or 5th episode of this show. And now we're on like 520th. So Matthew's been around, and I still remember. I still didn't know what the hell I was doing, and we talked for like 25 minutes, and we're having a great time, and then my computer crashed, and we had to like. I was like, "Do we just start over and do it all over again?" And he's like, "Let's just go from where we're at." I'm like, "Okay." So we just kind of like reset a little bit, and then went through. But poor Matthew's like never really been given like a proper full episode. So Matt, if you're listening. I'm coming for you, baby.
Bring him back, man.
Yeah, he's got so many cool things. I mean, hell, you and I, we had our little.
That's right.
We had a little date,
That's
you
right.
and I at Hank's, and that was awesome. So yeah, check them out. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff coming on, and it's funny that Cary has become like the epicenter for a lot of it. Like, it's all blossoming out, you know. But anyhow, I digress. That was a cool little spot. But again, these are people that care a lot about food and drink, and they're our people, you know, like in a sense of like foodies, you know, or people that just want to eat properly. So now. If I'm like making like reference to the old Brady Bunch and Sam the Butcher, who, you know, was probably stooping Alice on the side. And I'm not saying either of you guys are doing that because you're both proudly married and all. But anyway, and
his sister's my wife.
Yeah. Yep. His sister's wife. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But what Sam was famous for doing was like, and any good butcher was doing was like, you walk in and you may not know what you're going to do, or you know what you want to cook, but you don't really know how to do it or whatever. Are you guys giving advice to people about, how to cook, what to cook, inspiration? Like, walk me through that. If I walked in and was like, I want a well-done filet mignon, what should I do?
I'll tell you how to do it.
The best.
You talk me off that cliff first?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'll try to, but I mean, we do a fantastic a steak pinwheel, so it's flank steak with rubbed in fresh garlic, provolone cheese, and fresh spinach, butterfly.
Out super thin, then we lay it out like you said, provolone, fresh spinach, roll it up, tie it real tight. It makes these awesome, beautiful pinwheels. But I mean, it took me a couple times honestly, the fun of it is experimenting. So everything that we do in there that we have fun with, a piece goes home with us that night. And I mean, that's dinner. And we sit there and we play with it. And if we're going to find out that at 350 or 375, how long does it take to get done? And so that way we know how to answer it. But also, do we need more salt? Do we need more garlic? Is it good? You know, I mean, we're going to try it.
But that's the thing. So I've started doing it. So it's like everybody in the shop knows. If somebody asks about the damn pinwheels, it's like, hey, Billy, how do you cook it?
So what is it?
So it's 2 minutes seared on both sides in an oven-safe pan, and then in the oven at 350 to 375 for 2 to 3 minutes. And then you let it rest.
So easy.
5 minutes, slice it, and enjoy. And it's fantastic. Then you got the crab cake king over here, who makes apparently the best crab cakes in
we're
Raleigh area.
But I'll tell you right now, we are flying through, I'm saying 30, 40 pounds of crab cakes.
You're making crab cakes?
Oh,
yes.
I had no idea, man.
Yeah.
I
make my homemade crab cakes, man. People
all right.
love them.
Everyone in Baltimore is a little pissed off right now.
I know, they are.
So why are yours so great?
Honestly, it's like you said, quality. I make them how I want to. So, I mean, you guys know you're in the food business. Lump crab meat is money.
Right.
You know,
it's not cheap.
It's money. And I like jumbo lump. I'm like anybody else, so I want good chunks of crab meat in there. So we buy good jumbo lump crab meat, local North Carolina from Elizabeth City, bring it in, and that's what we're using for our crab cakes. Yeah. Are they a little more expensive? For sure. I mean, our crab cakes are $20 a pound. That's that's not cheap.
Yeah, that's
but
it's less than the meat though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When you patty them out, I mean, 2 nice crab cakes come out to be $15-$20, but go get 2 nice size full crab cakes at a downtown restaurant and see what you're gonna pay for them, and then let me know what the quality is too. When you bite into this one, it's like big chunks of, like, you guys know, lump crab meat. You're gonna So it's simple.
What's your binder?
Breadcrumb and a little tiny bit of egg in there, and
okay,
that's it. You know,
a little
but
pepper
there's some other
secret ingredient.
Yeah.
It's seasoning, man. It's
T-Pain's what's it, Spicewalla mix.
Yeah.
I literally, it's so funny. Friends came over yesterday, impromptu. We played tennis, and then everyone was starving, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go to Harris Teeter, get a couple chickens, like roasted chickens. I'm just gonna do that over some greens. And then I had green beans, but I also had, you always just like save all your rendered bacon fat, Oh, yeah. So I had a bunch of that. And then I had T-Pain's Spicewalla. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, Spicewalla. And, Marijuana Ronnie started Spicewalla back in the day. And he like befriended T-Pain randomly. And they worked on a spice. They have like 3 different ones. And I bought one. I forget which one I have. But I took green beans like Eric Auvert and bacon fat, salt, pepper, and that spice, which is supposed to just go on like meats or whatever. I was like, who cares? And like everyone else that was eating it, they're like, what's up with these green beans? I'm like, right? And they're like, these green beans are crazy. Oh, yeah. I'm like, yeah, there's kind of some of the best green beans I've ever made in my life. But don't sleep on that. And I got that at the farmer's market. There's like a good spice shop at the state farmer's market. And I was like, ooh, and normally you can't find like that T-Pain one's hard to come by. So if you see it, get it.
Been to Savory in North Raleigh?
No.
Oh, man.
Wait, Savory.
Savory Spice Shop.
No, tell me.
Oh, man. So, Bob and Cindy. So, Savory is a franchise based in Denver. But Bob and Cindy.
Oh, wait, is this in Lafayette Village? Okay, yes, of course. Yes, I've been there. Yeah, it's like right around the corner from my house.
Phenomenal stuff. I mean, we use them in the bakery pretty exclusively.
Yeah.
So, they don't carry necessarily like, any brand of spice rub outside of what they make at Savory. But like the quality of their run-of-the-mill stuff, man. Saigon Cinnamon. A really dark and rich cocoa called Black Onyx. It looks almost like volcanic soil. Ooh. It's so dark and rich, man.
Yeah,
so, they're top tier, man. Our cakes, our cookies, real vanilla. So yeah, Savory locally. They're not paying me to say this. I've just been a customer for longer than I've been married. So.
Made me think of the post that my buddy put on Facebook today. He's a bartender and he's hilarious. He helped out at Bubbles and Brisket, but he said, remember everybody, it's holiday season and everyone's making those charcoal filtered cocktails. But remember, charcoal filter makes oral ingested birth control ineffective.
Didn't know that.
So if you're taking the pill, swallowing a pill every day, and you decide to have a girls' night, drinking a bunch of charcoal infused margaritas, wrap it up.
Oh,
the more you know.
Activated charcoal is big in seasonings now too.
Let's talk about this. I think that is.
Let's get into it.
I think it's so ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Personally, but as butchers, so just folks who don't know, like there's a very popular kind of influencer out of Australia and now Texas who kind of built her brand around activated charcoal in a spice rub. And my personal opinion is that it's marketed to people that don't know how to put crust on things. But as professional butchers, how do we feel about activated charcoal?
So it's not in my pantry at home, I'll tell you that much.
I feel that.
By the way, to the layman, let's explain what this is, because to be honest, I'm the layman in this room. I don't even really know what activated charcoal is.
It's an edible charcoal
that's
added to rub. Okay, so you have go ahead.
It's solely for the color and to develop the bark or
But it's
Instagram special,
black looking rub.
And so essentially, it's just getting back out of. We'll go back down that rabbit hole, but the additives, like they're adding it solely to give it some color to make you feel like you're getting a great crust and you're the best cook. Is my personal.
I agree.
It's like a cheat code,
if you
sort
can't,
of.
If you can't bark up a protein the way God intended with time, heat, smoke, and rendered fat,
yes,
you can sprinkle this on. Totally botch either like the fast sear or the low and slow rendering, right? But it looks like you rendered this thing. Yeah, because it's black, right? Yeah. You get like normally from like a bark perspective, right? Your oils in your pepper burn.
Yeah.
In the best way possible. Yeah. And that contributes to like building your crust in a big cut. Activated charcoal is the shortcut for that.
So like Nick Damp would be like tossing and turning in bed thinking.
Oh
about
yeah,
this,
he'd burn your house down. He wouldn't allow. He
the sweetest, nicest man. He's not burning anyone else.
Salt of the earth, God-fearing man would come to your house, pour gas in your living room.
By the way,
Where's your activated charcoal?
Right.
You typically make a baby brisket when somebody has a child.
That's right.
But what do you do for a guy that only makes brisket for himself and then has his 5th child? Because Nick recently, his wife just gave birth.
Yeah.
So what are you going to give him?
You make something else, man. There's so many people that are afraid to cook for like chefs and restaurateurs.
Right.
But that's actually the thing they love most.
Yes.
So our friend of the show, Eric Ginsberg, has had his second child a few months ago.
Mazel tov.
That's right. Popped up on Eric with the baby brisket. So for Nick, we'll just do something different.
Yeah.
You know, we'll do like some like smoked chicken tamale casserole or something.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll do these pinwheels we're talking about over here.
Pinwheels, right.
Yeah.
We could do pinwheel roast. So we could do some funny stuff.
We should.
Yeah.
We should debone a pig, man, and make an old school like Tuscan porchetta.
Dude.
It's been on my list forever.
Talking about it.
It's been on my list forever. I make a small one with like pork belly and tenderloin, but we should just be ridiculous and debone the animal and just rock it old school, man.
I'm cool with it.
Absurd.
I'm so down.
Let's do it.
We were just talking about doing a porchetta and basically taking the skin off pork belly in strips, and then doing a whole pork loin, and then strip it up with some pork or some pork belly fat. I'm sorry, skin. Pork belly skin.
Playing around with porchetta. I mean, that's our next ball.
I did like a Matty Matheson recipe a few years ago where you take like a slab of belly, you obviously do the rub, you roll in the tenderloin, and then to crisp the skin, you like heat oil to frying temperature, then ladle the oil over the roast to get your.
How did that work out for you?
Man, it was good, but the flavor I'm chasing is like the legit flavor. Like we were in Italy a few years ago, little shop outside of Montepulciano, whole hog porchetta.
Dude.
Like cheese, like sheep cheese,
This is such
porchetta,
a food porn show right
sandwich.
Yeah, I'm melting right now.
Little woman had a bad attitude. Like get the thing and shut up and get out of my face.
Yes.
And it's one of my. I carry.
I know exactly
on my phone
what
my
part of Italy you're in
because it's one of my favorite foods. So yeah, we gotta do that. I'll find the photo.
So the other thing that's funny about all that, right, is to me, we were always outside the box. So like trying to get that skin to be chicharron or just super crispy like glass, right? We were discussing and it's like, okay, so you roll something in with the skin when you're doing that pinwheel. That skin on the inside may be tough. So that was like, we're like, if we literally sheet it up,
you pull it off
and just tie it on.
Yeah. That was a Matty approach, right? You actually skin it because your point when you roll it, you get the internal skin. It's rubbery. That's wrong.
Oh yeah.
So you skin it, season it, roll it, then wrap it, tie it back on.
Oh yeah.
And that's your and it worked well, man. But there's nothing like I have this photo. Like you guys can't see it, but I'll send it to you, Max. Like
perfect.
We'll do like show and tell. I'll pass the phone around,
folks.
Like,
Kyle is so freaking obsessed with food. This is
listen, I love it.
For little bolo rolls, little focaccia. Okay, and it's one of my like favorite by a wide margin food memories.
Yeah, here, just put it right there.
I'll put it up here. Like I've been chasing it for years now.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. We're gonna have to make it happen.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Yeah, no, that actually thinking about when I mentioned earlier doing that project with Candace, we were down in Charleston and she's friends with Vincent, and I can't think of his last name right now, but he's at oh my God, it's going to drive me crazy because he's such an amazing chef down in Charleston at Zero George, the restaurant hotel out there. And we went down for Thanksgiving and she's like, oh yeah, a few of my chef friends are going to come. So you make the drinks, they'll make the food. And he made like a turkey, not porchetta, but like in the style of where it was like a turducken.
Turducken, okay.
He had a turkey, a goose, and I think a chicken.
Okay.
But then he used foie gras in the very center of the heart of it. And so then, of course, like he pounded it all out, and then he rolled it, wrapped it, tied it, threw it in the oven, and let it go. And then he created this amazing. Vince, he's an intimidating guy, by the way. So like, I don't want to speak out of turn. He'll come and kick my ass. But he made like I think it was like a mushroom sauce or something that went with like, it was just so freaking perfect. And it's the only time I've ever had like a chefed up Thanksgiving, and it's like not what you would expect. You know, you're waiting for the whole turkey. He's like, no, bro, we're doing it this way. And it was unbelievable. It's like one of like a core memory of food because of that.
That's
that
what
night.
good food does to you.
It does.
Yeah.
It literally does. I look at good food eating as like going on vacation, man. No joke. It's like the same memories. It does the same kind of recalls. For me.
Yeah.
Like it brings up such good memories, you know? Like you'll remember really good eating experiences.
You really will, and I have a bunch tied to you guys as well, man. Because I think what's cool about what you're doing is that, you know, it's kind of this return to this old school model of having like your butcher, right? Like your community butcher. And honest God, man, when you guys left where you were previously, like, you know, no disrespect, I tried to go back to where you were, and it just wasn't what it was. And so like I just didn't buy like high end steaks. Right, like it just wasn't a point. And so last year for Thanksgiving, man, I somehow ended up cooking like 2 big Thanksgivings, like 25 people a pop, like one for me, one for a dear friend. And so what I got from these guys, man, was turkey breast. But like Billy's a mad scientist. He's like, hey, you know, I can get like Joyce Farm airline chicken style turkey breast.
Oh, really?
Skin on.
Sure did.
I'm like,
Of good classic Billy.
that's
What's the hardest thing I can find?
that's ridiculous. I'll take 10. And so like I'm in my home prepping these things for the brine, man, and I'm like, man, you know, it's airline chicken, right? So it's a deboned breast, skin on,
straight
wing intact,
meat.
and I'm like, man, I love my family. I don't love them that much. I'm taking these wings for me. So like I pull the skin off, I cut the wings, like they're having like, enjoy your turkey, man. But like day 2, I'm smashing like smoked then fried Joyce Farm turkey wings, man. Ironically the Alton Brown brine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's great. Yeah. So
Kyle mentioned Alton Brown because hopefully listeners, if you followed any of my stories recently, you'll see that me and Alton Brown took a selfie together.
I seen it. Yep.
I seen it.
basically best friends now. So we're clear.
We're good BFFs
so we're
now. The only thing I'll say about this, because I don't want it to not happen, Alton, please. I know you're a man of your word. Everyone loves you. I love you. I mean, Kyle has just professed his love earlier today.
Sure.
Like it's
for sure. Since I was a kid, like 25 years, I've been cooking for this guy.
Yeah.
With this guy, with recipes.
Yeah, Alton Brown was like the keynote speaker at a CHAS. What is this acronym?
College
stuff?
of Humanities and Social Sciences. Shout out NC State.
Yes, go Pack.
Go Pack.
Of which you were an alum.
That's right.
And I was just a guest. Mr. Hoyle, Brian Hoyle, the old intro voice. Sorry, guys, I just minimized the production of the podcast now, so there's no more intro voice. It's just me saying hello. But Brian, who had been doing the intro for the first 5 years of the show, or 9 years of the show, invited me to this CHAS speaking engagement. It was called the Human Factor. There we go. And their guest speaker for the first one was Alton Brown. And so the dean, who was so engaging, she was like, it was like having, no offense, not to oversimplify you, Dean, because you're amazing, but it was like you were as impressive as if like Tina Fey was hosting. She kind of even has Tina Fey's vibe, but she had like this like great sass to her, and she and Alton Brown ran the show together, which ended up being about an hour long, talking about culture, talking about community, talking about just food, like importance, you know, and Alton was just shooting from the hip. Like most of it was like just off the top of his head, even though he did a couple of thoughtful pre-made like speeches. Like he talked about things, and then he even did some readings from his book that's about to come out right now. So it was really engaging, really awesome. But prior to the whole event even happening, there was a VIP lounge thing that I was invited to, and Brian, you know, we're all hanging out there, and Alton Brown was there shaking hands and kissing babies, and we walked up to introduce ourselves. Brian first introduces himself and his wife, Mandy, and then he says, oh, and by the way, this is my friend Max. He also hosts a food and beverage podcast, to which then Alton Brown says, Food and Beverage Podcast, what's it called? I said, the North Carolina Food and Beverage Podcast. He goes, well, it sounds like I need to be a guest on your show. And I'm like, yes. And then I'm like tongue-tied, which is weird for me. And he said, well, how do I go about doing that? I said, I don't. Yeah. He goes, you have to ask me to be on your show. And I go, Mr. Alton Brown, would you please be a guest on the North Carolina Food and Beverage podcast? He said, I would love to. Give me your card. And I gave him my card. And he said, I've got a lot of chaos going on now with all this media stuff and the new book and whatever, but I assure you I will get in touch with you in 2 weeks and we'll set it up. And I went, that would be amazing. So
That would be amazing.
stay tuned. I think it will happen. I hope it will happen. I'm putting it in the universe, Alton. And so if it doesn't, I forgive you, but not really. Come on, you got to be on the show.
And if you need any good proteins, I know a guy.
Yeah, there we go.
And I know a guy.
I mean, I'm assuming because I think he's in Atlanta. I'm assuming this will be a Zoom call. I don't think he'll be in
Hey.
I mean,
town.
we can do a wagyu sampling on and make it out here, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, I mean, you would hop a flight to do Alton Brown in person.
Yeah, you want to come with me?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I mean, if he says I'll do it, but you got to come to me.
Personal heroes, man.
We'll just go.
Atlanta. 6-hour drive, 30-minute flight.
I'm sure you and I could find something to
Send
eat
you
while we're
some
out there.
stuff.
I think so. We should do
I'll
it, man.
send you some stuff.
We should do it.
Oh my God.
We should do it. Do a
Yeah.
little steak tasting.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Phenomenal.
All right.
Phenomenal.
Now I'm giddy. There's something to look forward to.
Hey.
If he won't come, you'll find him. There you go.
Right? He'll be like, I can't come. It's like, actually,
If
just
you
look out your
build
window
it.
right now, Alton. He's like, oh
Cooking
shit.
wagyu steak for you right now, how are you?
Kyle's right behind you. He's like, oh shit.
Your whole setup
Some
is
wagyu steak yesterday for somebody.
That's right. Can you guys talk about your special guest? Can you talk about who was there yesterday?
yeah,
I don't wanna-
absolutely,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. We can do it.
What's this?
Little Mo Motz, if anybody knows, he's a comedian from New York. He's got like 950,000 followers on Instagram.
Mo Motz.
Yeah,
Little Mo
Mo
Mozzarella.
You might see his skits.
He was
on
at Good Nights.
Instagram,
That's why we were at Good Nights last night.
Oh, okay.
He was at the comedy show
he
last
was
night.
headlining there last night. But he's on like a nationwide tour right now. He's been in the South for the past like 2 weeks. He was in Florida for a while. Then he was just in Charleston for a couple nights. He was in Raleigh yesterday, and he actually stopped by the butcher shop. So on his way into Raleigh, he stopped at the butcher shop. He'd heard about us, saw that we were, doing a lot of these kind of New York classic, trying to be a New York style butcher shop down here. And he came in, and it was awesome, man.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, got him some wagyu.
Yeah, Billy had to cook up some wagyu steaks real quick for him.
Kyle
which was
style.
awesome.
Nice.
Use the
Sous
sous
vide, man,
vide
sous
and-
them off. They were fantastic.
Science.
Oh man, but it was super cool. It was a lot of fun. It was hilarious. We should be seeing some stuff on social media in about a week, which is gonna be funny. He's gonna post some videos for us. He did some comedy while he was out by us. So
Oh, that's super cool.
It was pretty cool, man.
The life of a because like Chef or Dave Williamson, who's a stand-up comedian, he went to the Bubbles and Brisket last year, not this one, but the one before, and he has his own little like rub meat, Dave, and he's out there in El Segundo, California, very close to where I was living in Playa del Rey. But the life of a comedian on the road when they're not like on stage cracks me up because it's like they don't really have anything to do, so like they're like going to see a movie or they're like maybe at a bar, but like really like these guys from what I've talked to a few of them, they're like, no man, we're like on a search for like best restaurant or best source, just whatever, and they're traveling the world and they're like seeing like the way a rock star would see the world, and it's just like you got nothing to do until game time, man, so like let's just go live and go find the best
that they like, which is cool.
yeah. I'm just a little jealous, but it'd be good. But all right. Well, what do we need to know before we get out of here? Like, for one, what I should have said this at the top. Where is your place specifically located?
All right, so we are, and it's a little funky right now. So
The address.
everybody knows
I'll go. The address 5131 Veterans Parkway. Very fitting.
Nice.
And Garner, North Carolina. I'll let John take it over from here because he's got this down pat.
Everybody knows the 4042 area. We're at the heart of the 4042 area.
Okay.
We're right in front of the Walmart shopping center out there. There's a small little strip mall where they recently changed it from NC 42 to Veterans Parkway in the past about like 2 or 3 months.
Nice.
In the process of
Yeah, they
doing
knew we were
that,
coming
it
in.
is
They knew you were coming.
Everything a nightmare. So, but we are 5131 Veterans Parkway or 5131 NC 42 should get you to us. Sometimes it takes you like a mile down the road.
Yeah.
If you type it in.
If you hit the O'Reilly's auto
if you hit
parts,
O'Reilly's
turn
Auto,
around.
you've gone too
Too
far.
far.
We're right next to a fantastic Sam's.
Fiesta Mexicana right there, which is
Sally's Beauty Supply
Yeah.
also in the
Yeah.
neighborhood.
Oh yeah, then I know where I'm
right
at.
across from all these.
Yeah, if I know
we're
where
good.
Sally's
Yes.
is.
You know where Sally's is.
Yeah.
You're golden.
right now we're closed on Mondays as of the moment. That's
Okay.
kind of our day off right now.
Yeah.
And then we're open throughout the week. So we're open Tuesday through Saturday. Right now it's 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then Sundays we're doing, or Saturdays we're doing 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday we're doing 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay.
Those hours
Very
are kind of
confusing.
all over the place. This again, it's me, him.
It's
his
fine.
Wi-Fi, it's small, man. But
Google it, everybody. You
we
can
just
figure it
got some
out.
help on board, so we're hoping to eventually, very shortly here,
We got some real good help.
be open on Mondays, and we're hoping.
We're
to
thankful for the help we
9 to
got
7.
too.
Yeah.
For sure.
We
For
got
sure.
we got
You guys
a
are
wonderful
fantastic.
butcher, and then a couple people that tagged along. That you may see some
Familiar
familiar
faces.
faces.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Billy,
I know a
can I
couple
say, you were here 2 years ago. I feel like when you were here 2 years ago on the show, you were like deferring to Jonathan the whole time, like he knows this and he knows that, and I'm just along for the ride. There's been a change in you, and I feel like you're like so locked in. You're so like dialed into what you're doing. Would you agree over there, Jonathan?
1000%.
Like he seems like a different guy when we're talking the passion of food, the passion of meat. Like he's all in.
Oh, he's always had the passion, but I'll
For
tell
sure.
you in the same thing, man. I mean, there's a reason why we opened up this own shop for ourselves.
Yeah.
We imagine having this passion, but being handcuffed into what you can put out
Sure.
to your customers. That shit is soul breaking, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I'm
having
sure
a boss
you guys
isn't
know,
always
for sure.
fun.
You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, now at this point, man, it is. It's our lives on the line. It's our reputations on the line. But at the end of the day, we're putting out. We're having so much fun with it, man. We're also working we're working ourselves to death, but we're loving it. So I'll tell you right now, the passion is crazy.
I think to me it was kind of one of those things is if you forget to learn, then you're not going to be anything. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you've got to continuously learn and learn and learn. And I tell him every day, I'm like, hey man, did you see this or did you see that? And he's like, no, but did you see this or see that? And he's been cutting meat for 16, 18 years. And I'm like, oh, check this out. I learned to cut this way off YouTube or whatever.
Sure. Yep.
And he comes over, he's like, I've never seen that. That's
Awesome.
brilliant. Like, I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah.
So we just bounce things off of each other. And honestly, we just dove in and fully submerged ourselves into, we need to be the experts for the community.
Yeah.
And we need to be able to provide that service that if you come into our shop, you know that you're going to get full transparency. We're not going to BS you. We're going to get you the best quality product. And we're going to tell you our preferred method to cook it. And that's all we can do. And that's who we are and just passionate about our trade.
You said it perfectly, man. I mean, the fact that you guys take the ownership of being the professionals, like we all love food. I mean, obviously, listen to Kyle. This guy's going nuts over here. But like, we all love food, but we all don't have time to sit there and devote, all the effort to understanding how to cut it, how to trim it, how to smoke it, how to do whatever, all the things. But if we can defer to you and
Please
knowing
do.
that you spend the time and effort to do it, then we all win, So it's cool. So thank you for doing, for one, like we said at the top of the show, thank you for your service in the service, but thank you now for what both of you guys are doing to just like be the informants of great meats and like how to feed yourselves
We're happy
properly.
there's anybody listening to us. It's normally just me and him talking to each other. So
Yeah,
when
tried it on a
when Kyle
podcast.
comes in the
I
door,
come in for like an
listen to
hour.
us,
I'm there an
man,
hour every week.
Yeah, well, everyone stopped listening on the podcast like 20 minutes ago. They don't
Probably.
they don't get that
All
deep.
good.
That's why we can say whatever we want to say
That's
now, right
some
now.
super fan.
You got some dirty jokes you want to tell right now? No one's listening. Let's go. All right. Well,
Do that for your sister.
All right.
That's a little Mo thing.
Yeah.
How you doing?
on that note, Kyle, do you have anything else before we get out of here?
Yeah, so I have a question.
Oh.
Because you guys are
Yes.
phenomenal at kind of identifying new cuts. Like you introduced me to the Denver, and what was the other one? The cap.
Picanha?
Not the picanha. Man, it's like this.
Lifter.
Yes.
Lifter.
So like when you're at home, favorite cuts of steak. I'm really curious.
I'm gonna actually say picanha. What he do? Honestly, sirloin cap, man. with
Queen
that
of
back
steaks. I like it.
Okay.
I love it. It's my favorite.
I feel that.
It's lean but fatty, man. I mean, you get that lean, nice, almost like a strip steak type texture.
Yeah.
But then, and I love ribeyes. I'm a ribeye
Sure.
guy. My dad is a strip steak guy, strip steak or filet, very lean. So when I was growing up and I would bring him home steaks, I would always just grab strips instead of ribeyes, and that's where I discovered sirloin cap, picanha, and man, I fell in love. And then also we had a couple of Brazilian style restaurants back home that were, that all you can eat Brazilian buffet where they would just come around with the meat and carve it right table side for you. And man, when you'd have those caps, all nicely on those skewers, woo. So picanha definitely takes it.
The ranchero, that's what it is.
Yes. Oh, ranchero, not lifter. Yes.
Yeah.
Sirloin. That is flap. Yeah, flap. Yeah. Which I got that when I learned a lot when I was out in Texas with the Army. But sirloin flap or ranchero is one of the big ones that I kind of picked up. That was what I was going to go with for one of my favorite cuts.
Yeah.
It's essentially a more tender, more flavorful, less sinew skirt. Man, in my opinion, outside skirt.
Exactly that, man. I feel like the tenderness of a filet with like the flavor profile of a skirt, or like the Denver, which comes
That's
from
a win-win.
The Chuck Primal.
Yeah,
right. It's like a boneless beef rib with more personality.
Oh yeah.
Like perfect little like single 4-8 out, phenomenal.
And man, the structure of that muscle on that flap, it holds marinade like crazy.
Oh,
it's like that skirt steak, just like
for sure.
I mean, it's fantastic.
But the all-time favorite's got to be flat iron.
I feel that.
I beg to differ, man. Flat iron is so tender. It's like butter, but it's like
it punches you in the face with that beef flavor. Is what I love about it. Is I like the fact that you get essentially a filet, but with some beef flavor.
Yeah.
It is.
And the price point is significantly better.
And it is. I mean, there was a place.
Most overrated Terrace Major.
Called it a butter steak.
Terrace Major. Yeah.
Terrace Major is by far the most overrated, in my opinion.
But it's so popular. What are they calling it? Like the poor man's filet?
Yeah. Oh, well, no. Now it's not even poor man's filet.
It's popular now.
Now it's a petite filet.
Yeah.
Okay.
But and texture's not the same, not nearly tenderness. And I got bamboozled and paid $80 for a little 6-ounce piece at Valentine's Day one time. I'll never forget it. I was not happy.
It's a good reason.
Worst part about it is my wife took a bite and immediately said, "This is not filet."
People know.
Well,
she knows. Yeah,
she knows.
Oh, she knows prime
beef
filet.
My wife now too. It's brewing forever.
Yeah,
never pulling one over on that.
Thank God we're butchers.
You got a connection.
Well, gents and Kyle, thank you for coming on out to the show, coming up here to Raleigh and talking meat and talking food and all that. That's fantastic. I appreciate it. So obviously, everybody, like, this is like perfect, like family. You want to cook nice for your family for a night. You want to impress the lady and have like a date night. You want to just whatever. It's a bunch of boys coming over for the football game. You want to just throw down. It makes a lot of sense. Just go over there. So go to Prime Brothers Barbecue, Prime Brothers Butcher in Garner.
We're only 20 minutes down 40 from Raleigh, so we're
it's super close. Yeah, and
everybody.
For sure. Even from Holly Springs with 540, man.
Yeah. Yep.
18 minutes door.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. It's actually, Garner's like a really easy to get to space.
With that 540's
Nothing.
money.
Yeah, it's now wrapped around, right? We can get to it. So thank you, Department of Transportation, for connecting all of us everywhere.
And timing.
Yeah.
Is everything.
Well, all right, everybody. We'll talk soon, and I hope to see you there this weekend. I'll check you out.
Perfect, man.
Thanks, Max.
Cheers.
Thank you for listening to the North Carolina Food and Beverage Podcast. By rating us online, you're helping others to discover our show. Follow us on all platforms at NCFB Pod.